Totally there on purpose, and I was definitely a huge dancing beetle, of course. Why would it be any other way? Alright, so we got some mail today. It's exciting. Our wall-mounted furniture is just dropping. It's just dropping. That's right, we got 3 wall fans in the past however many hours it's been since I played last. So, that's pretty cool. So it's Monday, start of the new week, it's the 19th. I don't got much to say, honestly. Honestly, it's just I'm just here. I'm doing my thing, and I'm gonna get out of here. How it always goes. There's just not a lot of extra things for me to work on right now, so I'm kind of just waiting. I'm expecting an update will drop, so and I don't have the energy to put in. I don't have the energy, brain power, I don't have any of that required to redesign my island, so I'm choosing not to do so right now. If I had more energy, or if it was just something that came easier to me, then sure, I could. But right now, no. No. It's too much. It's too much for poor me. It's just a lot of work, honestly. Because it's just so much. Like, the amount of days it would take to move everyone and rotate them the way I want to, but then I don't even know if I want the houses to be in the exact same spots in every area, so it's just... There's just a lot of things to consider, and I'm not ready for that. So I'm not gonna do it right now. Got more gold. I've been getting a lot of gold lately, oddly enough. I think I got one from the rocks like 2 days ago, and I got one from a present last night. So I'm getting a decent amount, which is nice. It's nice, because I did have to use 18 to make that latest robot hero. Not insane or anything. Definitely not insane. Very insane. Well, thank you. It there's a lot on that. Honestly, this thing took like... It probably took like 2 weeks to get this. It's a lot of work. I mean, it's a lot, but if it depends. Like, my island is pretty developed, so I think it would take less time than you know, like a starting island. That's why a lot of people recommend that you wait till you're kind of like set and decided on your island, and then you go for it. You just you just pick like a random design, one that you can get rid of later. It's not one that you want. You just place all your mannequins, and that's it. You just hope for the best. I actually had to like redo it too, because what was it? I'm trying to think. I think the first 2 or 3 rocks that I had put down didn't have the dirt underneath, and they just had like I think they just had grass, so it looked really weird, or it was something like that, and I didn't like the look of it, and I like restarted and had to like fix those ones. And then I was like trying to change my island up, and I accidentally created a new spot that they could spawn and ruined it. So it's just, yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of patience and work that goes into it, but it's definitely doable, because once you're done, you just delete the design and it gets rid of everything. Patience the size of a walnut. Yeah, well, that's definitely not gonna do you any favors when it comes to that. That's for sure. I've put a lot of time in by now. I think I'm probably at like, I don't know, 665, 670 hours? Something like that. It's a lot either way. You could say too many hours. You just picked the game up after 6 months. What brought you back? YouTube videos. Okay. Just like random ones, or like promotional videos, or like, I don't know, people doing crazy things, or new stuff that they showed off, maybe. Random ones. Okay. Totally fair. Well, I don't know why I picked him up. I don't have the room for that. CJ, who's here today, though. So let's get that going soon. Inventory is way too full to do anything. Way too full. So it just started raining, so that's fun. Also, if you want to talk about dedication, there's some more dedication. Oh, that took way too long. Those took way too long to grow. I will admit that. The Crystal Pillars, they're the Frozen series. Let's see. It's gonna take forever to scroll here, but it should be like at the bottom. Yeah, so it's all the Frozen stuff, so basically like from December to February, but not all of February. It's like that's a basic time frame. You can make snow boys each day, and if you make a perfect one, it gives you a recipe, and then these are all the recipes. And then they actually have a lot of cool colors that you can customize them, so I customized them all because that's the base color, but they're pretty cool. Like if I go down like this. Okay. Yeah. But just to show you real quick, right? You have like the standard one, but then you have like blue, pink, yellow, orange, green, and purple. So I like it. They've got a lot of different things. If you had stuck around and maybe went online, there's a fairly easy way to make the snowman. There's like a couple different methods that are pretty consistent if you have trouble with it. There's like one where you count how long you push it for. There's another one where you use like height compared to your character. There was one where they made it so it's like max out a snowball so it can't grow anymore and put it at the end of a path and then roll one snowball along a path after it's at max. Because like if you roll it on snow, it grows, but if you roll it on like a path or dirt or something, it shrinks. So you basically max 2 snowballs and then set them up on either end of a path that's X amount long and then just roll it along. They got it down to a science, to say the least. So I got wall fans that I gotta mark off. Yeah, if you're gonna be playing, then you can take a look. Basically, once I figured out how you're supposed to do it, I didn't have any trouble with it. I don't think, unless I messed it up once. I messed up the first one for sure. Actually, no, sorry. I think the first one you can't mess up or something like that. Okay, so CJ's here today. Do I need the generator? Okay, if that's a blue generator, I do need it. So I will double check that. Although it's highly unlikely that that's what it is. No. Okay, so let's check the wall fans. These should be the last two that I need, which is blue and brown. So there's the blue one, which does not look very blue. And there's the brown one. Oh, you can mess it up. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, let's get out of there then. Oh, I could have checked my storage for fish. Maybe I should have done that. Oh well. Just move on. Okay, nothing there. Grab some points. Way too many points. Oh, I often ramble on about nothing, don't you worry. It's hard not to, honestly. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming for long. I haven't had a lot to work on lately. I'm basically trying to complete the catalog. That's my goal here. So, you know, get every item, catch everything. But, like, I've done so much of it that I don't often have much to do each day because, like, your island only has certain furniture available in the store. So it's, like, impossible for me to even get everything without help from others. So... yeah, like I try to do as much as I can, but like it's starting to get to the point where there's not much to really worry about. Okay. Well, let's sell some still. Yeah, I'm the entire catalog. I'm actually pretty close, believe it or not. I mean, I have a spreadsheet. I use a spreadsheet to track everything, basically. According to this, I have like 95%. All this takes into account other stuff that like is kind of hard to get. Like all of the villagers' pictures. Like, there's no way I'm gonna get every villager's picture. That's ridiculous. Like, that would take... That's insane. But yeah, no, like I basically have all the clothing in the game at this point. Like, I'm missing a couple of the mom's backpacks. I'm missing, like, one pair of pants, like 12 shirts. I have basically everything. I'm just, like, the only, like, most of the clothing I'm missing at this point is just linked to, Gulliver. But, like, what villager pictures? Like, all of them? I have, like, everyone who's been on my island except for one, so I only have, like... But those, yeah. I have 15, apparently. I have 15 pictures, but they don't even go in the catalog. So, like, I don't even know if I count them. Hard to say. Because... yeah, they don't go there, so it's like, eh. But it's kind of just like, get all the furniture, get all the stuff from all of the visitors, you know, complete the museum. The museum's done except for art. Art is just really hard to get. Because half the time Red shows up and he only has stuff that I've seen before. And it's like, please give me something new, friend. Did my shovel break? No, I had that one from before. What am I doing? Okay, do I have anything to give here? No, I suppose I will use the turtles then. Yes, I've gotten to the point where you can make models of everything, right? I'm not sure. I would assume you know, but you never know. But like if you catch 3 of one creature, you can go to either Flick or CJ and they'll make you a model, right? So I got to get all the models. So originally I decided that I wasn't gonna do that because I was like, oh my gosh, that's way too much work. There's no way I'm gonna catch them all. And now here I am, basically having everything ready. So yeah, working on that. At this point, like, I have most of the stuff. It's just a matter of me actually getting them made. So I created a second character. Yes, I have a second character so I can give multiple things to these guys each week. So, you know, in a bit I'll switch over to my other character and then have him run out a set of fish to CJ. Get that. Turn that off. I have half of the models. I have like 43 bugs and 42 fish after today. Yeah, the fishing, like, getting all the fish, if you play consistently enough, I mean, it obviously still takes some work and effort, because some of them are pretty rare, but you definitely gotta get the time in, otherwise it's not gonna work. There wasn't many that gave me too much trouble, but at this point I've caught, like, tons of each. Well, not tons, but enough. I've caught, like, basically at least 4 of everything. Except for the ones I still have to finish. But they're not available. Like, maybe in August I decided that I was gonna go ahead and get everything. So I've been trying to do that since. And you know, I've done a decent enough job. I only need like 7 more bugs and 10 more fish total. And some of those I already have some. Any plans after I finish the catalog? That's a great question. I don't know, honestly. Eventually I want to redo my island, but... Well, I want to change things up with my island. I want to, like... I'm thinking eventually I have my other character, and I've upgraded his house a bunch for extra storage. I'm thinking that I'd make like a display house out of his, and I could have like entire sets of furniture on display in it, so it'd be like nice to look at and cool. Like a second house for me to do stuff with. But I do want to like redo my island. But my real hope is that, I mean, I got that idea. I'll just as a quick aside, I got that idea from like the previous games, because you couldn't place furniture outside. So like you could make other characters and then they'd have their houses, and you could basically, if you wanted to use more space, that's what you do. You'd work with what you had and you'd create another character and then place things in their house instead. But I'm hoping that we can get some more like major content added. Like, I talk about this a lot just because like so much of it's in the air, so I kind of just am left to speculate. But we've got all the, like, it's been a year since the game's been out, so we've got all of the main, like, holiday events, right? Like, all of those have been added in through updates. So, and they've, like, said that they're going to support the game for at least 2-3 years. Hopefully more, you never know. But that's what they've said. So, you can only assume that they would continue adding content, but with the holidays already in place, they'd have to, like, create new stuff. So I'm hoping we can get some like new gameplay stuff, or like they could bring back previous gameplay. This might be something that I want. Let's get some pretty crazy bubbles, so maybe not, maybe, I don't know. Okay, it's just a snow crab. Be cool to see more horror-like themed items. I agree. I totally agree. There's obviously the what do you even call it? I don't even know. Like, there's like all the Halloween stuff, right? They added pumpkins, and then they added the ability to craft with pumpkins and the different colors and customizing things. But if you look at like previous games in the series, they had this creepy set. There's like a lot of you know, well-known furniture sets that didn't necessarily make it into this game, which is what I think a lot of returning players would like to see eventually. And like you're saying, more horror-themed items. There's this entire creepy set that had like a tombstone and all sorts of like other stuff, like a witch's cauldron. I wish we got that, and maybe they'll add that, like this Halloween. You never know. Like, I definitely appreciate more items being added to the game, but I would also like to see more gameplay-specific stuff. Like in... I don't want to be one of those people that always compares it to New Leaf, but New Leaf had Tortimer Island, and I honestly loved Tortimer Island. There was a lot of fun to be had there. And I'm not necessarily saying that they should bring Tortimer Island back as it was, but having something similar where there's these mini-games, that was a lot of fun. You know, doing those tours, and you could, like, play and then, like, catch things with other people. I mean, I guess you could still do that now, but something about that just really stood out to me. So, I mean, seeing something like that, and then it gives you, like, an incentive, because then you earn, like, the medals or points of some sort, and then you can exchange them for other items. Like, I like that they're adding new items to the game, of course, but most of them are being added just as things that you purchase normally, which doesn't do a lot for me. Like, I have so much money, I don't know what to do with it, right? All that is just me buying things whenever I can, which I've done a lot of as is, so... Let's see what Pascal ends up giving me today. Pearl, okay. Expected. I obviously would like to see Brewster as much as the next person. I feel like I didn't give him... I don't know, I don't remember if I did the mini-games or not, way back when. But Brewster, I always loved Brewster. He's pretty cool. I know, like, some of my friends really like the gyroids, and I think the gyroids, you know, they're like a staple of the series. It's hard to have a game without them. So it'd be cool if we could have gyroids come back. Or, like, more stuff in the museum. I know, the Roost is iconic. It was so cool. And I loved that it had the opportunity for, like, certain characters to just show up and visit, and then you could talk to them outside of the normal context and get to, like, know more about them. Like, feel more connected with them. Like, it's not just about Brewster, it's about, like, the whole thing. Not to mention that had the minigame in New Leaf, and having more mini-games, different gameplay. That's what I'm really looking for at this point. Because, like, I'm obviously going to keep playing, and I'll keep collecting what they added new updates. I'm just really hoping that we get some crazy new stuff at some point. Obviously, like, this had the whole terraforming thing and the outdoor furniture, which... It's honestly a huge addition to the game, and I don't think a lot of people give it the credit that it should have, because it changed the entire... Like... You couldn't place furniture outside. Everything was very limited in what you could do, so... Like, now you can just place paths. Before, it was strictly, oh, I'm gonna make a custom design, and that's what I'm gonna just spread around on the ground to change things. So much more limited in that sense. I mean, yeah, it's the best thing that they've added. It's the best new feature, for sure. And it gets undercut a lot, but... It's great. It gives so much more possibilities. I don't think this is big enough to be... Nope. Getting a lot of random crabs, but no spider crab. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't get given stuff, or it's just stuff that was there from the beginning that people don't always notice, or they don't take it into account as like a whole, I don't know. But yeah, small details, big thing. Great, like you interact with the snapping turtle while it's placed, and it actually opens its mouth and snaps, and it's like nothing, but it's one of those details that just, you're just like, oh man, that's so fun. So, I mean, for me, I would just like to see more variety in how they add things. Because, like I said, I love the events. Having holiday events is like a huge staple of Animal Crossing, in my opinion. So having these, things that are for a day or for a small period of time where you, like, have to work towards getting stuff, it's great. I really enjoy that. But now that's basically all been added. I mean, I don't really think that they can add, like, other ones. Maybe they could add other ones in, but... Well, yeah, I mean, people just always suggest, like, all these old features, and there's a lot of people that make it seem like they'll never be happy, but... I'm just hoping we get some good update news soon. From what I've read, the Mayday tour, which was, available, I guess, from May 1st to 7th last year, if I'm remembering that right. I don't think that's programmed to be in the game currently for this year. So, based on that and the fact that the Nook shopping items that were added in the last update, we've seen them all now, I'm expecting that we'll get an update before May. I think, like, next Tuesday we'll see something. I mean, I hope so. A lot of people are speculating other things. Like, I don't understand. The Animal Crossing news reporting is, like... It makes no sense to me. It's ridiculous. So many people say things that, like, are just, like, not even, like, known facts. They're just assuming. Like, you look at, like, if you just search for, like, Animal Crossing update news, it'll come out with, like, Animal Crossing 2.0 update coming soon or something. And you're like, okay, first of all, who said that 1.9 is going to, like, 2.0? That wasn't said anywhere. It could totally go to 1.10. And it's, like, not even been confirmed. It's just all speculation, so it's... I don't know. But people are like, oh, it could be 2.0, and 2.0 could add a bunch of, like, huge features, and it's like, okay, people, calm down, chill out. Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. I mean, I try to be patient, but it gets brought up all the time because I stream every day, so it's... Like, I've streamed every day and played every day since the game's come out. Like, I've put my time in. I try to, treat things as fairly as possible. So, I don't know. The Twitter threads are a bad time to look at, I will say that. They get a bit crazy. Right now I'm trying to catch a spider crab. These spider crabs are available between March and April all day long. They're gigantic spider-like crabs if you're unfamiliar. And I think they're pretty hilarious. But the best part about them, the absolute best part... Oh, hold on, that's quick. It's probably an umbrella octopus though, considering it's so small. The best part about the spider crabs, though, is that you can place them outside and they don't go into a tank. I really enjoy the bugs and fish and sea creatures that you can place, and they just are, like, actual items, not just a tank with the thing in it. So I'm trying to get a couple more of them before the month's over so that I can decorate with them and make some sort of a crab raid. That's my goal. I know, the snapping turtle is hilarious, because you can just put him there, and you can interact with him, and he'll snap. And, like, the horseshoe crab, he just chills there on the ground. The spider crab is just a huge crab. It kind of just stands there, it's hilarious. There's a couple more. A couple more that do funny things, like... I don't remember. I know if you were to like go to Harv's Island and look through all your items, you could see all the creatures at the bottom, and then you'd be able to tell what they all do. But they're not like too bad to catch a lot of the time. If you know what you're looking for, you can kind of just swim past everything else. I still need to like catch things for my milestones, so I'm not being like super picky at the moment. But sometimes I'll catch like 3 in a day, sometimes I won't catch anything. There's a couple different methods to catch the fast ones. So originally I found it on my own. Like while I was playing, I found that the easiest way for me at the time was to just basically run it into the corner. And I know this kind of takes a long time, but if there's a fast one and you just run it into the corner, eventually you can just catch it because it'll get stuck and not be able to move. There's also the wall strategy where you kind of just like run it into the wall and hope for the best. But the absolute best way, there's all these people that always said like, you chased after a fast one for 25 minutes once. Yeah, I've seen a couple comments on YouTube videos where it's like the techniques to like catch them, and people would say similar things to that, like 25 minutes or half an hour, or like close to an hour trying to get something. But basically the best one is the sneak up strategy, but the original, like when I saw that originally posted, however it was explained, didn't make sense and it never worked for me. But I watched this one video, I can't remember the name of the guy, but he gives some pretty good stuff. If I can find a fast one, I can demonstrate it. But basically, you just sneak up on it, and then after it's gone, like, dashed 3 times, you dive in, and it will be stopped. Like, if you just dive in after it, it'll keep going, but if you do it this other way, it'll stop and actually give you a chance to swim up to it. And you can do that anywhere, but you could also do that into a wall, you could also do that, like... If you can pull that one off, it's definitely the easiest. Is this fast, or is this just another sea cucumber? You basically could go like this. But this is not a fast one, so never mind. Inventory's getting pretty close to full, so I'm gonna have to sell some stuff off soon. But let's see if I can find something. Okay, maybe this? This is pretty crazy. Let's see. Okay, so it goes 1, 2, 3, and then... Hey, you see how he was kind of stopped there? That's how you do it. Basically, you just sneak up to it until you see the, like the sand kick up, and then you count 3 of your strokes, and then that's when you dive and you just mash A. Basically, it stops them. Okay, this should be another fast one. So let's try it again. Just see if I can demonstrate. So basically, the sand will go up now, and then you count 1, 2, and you just... That's it. Once you get it down, it's like, wow, that's really easy. It's once you can pull it off, it's pretty easy to pull off. It's just there's like more time into it. People would just say like, yeah, just swim towards it without pressing A and then dive when you're close, but it doesn't work. But if you do it that way, they legit just stop for a couple seconds and you can just swim into them. You basically don't hit any button. You just hold the left analog stick. you just hold it without getting A. And then count it. But yeah, if you, or you can just run it into a corner. It's, it takes a lot longer to pull off, but, you know, if you do it right, you can get it. I don't think I need this. There's another stack. Getting a decent amount of, like, you know, less common things, but no spider crab. I assume he is the rarest. He's worth 12k, and the most expensive thing after that is like 10. So, it's definitely not, like, easy to find. But, you know, some days you get lucky, and he's pretty quick to catch. I guess I'll get back to shore, though. Now, there's no feature to turn sea creatures into models in the game right now, but I'm still keeping 3 of each sea creature that I do catch in the event that they add it later. That's the level that I've gotten to at this point. Like, well, they might add it, so let's cover my tracks just in case. It'll be easier that way. Okay, I don't need any of this stuff. I mean, it saves time. Like, if I'm catching them now and they do add it, what's the harm in putting them away? It'll save me having to go back and get them all later if they do add it, so. Alright, so I'm going to fly to Harves now. I'm doing this because there's all of these Dal items, right? Now, I thought these were just kind of random, and I wasn't exactly sure how it worked, but basically, you can get X amount of points from flying each day. And for certain point milestones, you get certain items. So, in order to get every Dal item, you need to get a total of 300 points. And basically, how it works is if you go to a Mystery Island or Harv's Island on a given day, that's 1 point. And then flying to a friend's island gets you a point as well, up to a max of 3. So you can only get 1 point from going to Harv's or a Mystery Island. So if you go to like 10 to 20 Mystery Islands in a single day, you're only getting 1 point for it. But if you fly, on the flip side, if you fly to a single friend's island 3 times, that's 3 points. So, I'm pretty close to having them all. I think I probably have about 280 points at least. And you only need 300 total until you get the model plane. So I've basically, for the past month or so, or whatever, I've been flying to Harv's each day just to get points, because I want to get that done. It's just one of those things. Now, since I am here, I am curious. So, here's all the creatures. Yeah, I know. It's a lot. If you look into it, you're like, oh, this is a thing, huh? Yeah, so there's the horseshoe crab. Yeah, so I guess there's only these guys, right? Spider crab, horseshoe crab, and the turtle. Yes, I bought even this stuff, which doesn't really count. I bought every single type of color wrapping paper so that it would all show up here, and then I wrapped them to make the presents too. Like, you do some silly things just to fill out stuff that you can't even check normally. Like, you can only see this stuff here. It's kind of ridiculous, honestly. You know, pick every flower, all these starts. I don't even know if I have all the starts, to be honest. I should probably double check that. Impressive is one way to look at it, so I do appreciate you saying that. Because you could also just call it crazy. And it's like, I got all these... Like, look at how long it takes to scroll through all this clothing. Like, I'm not gonna scroll through it all, but like... what is this? It's crazy. Here, I'll just scroll through everything. Like... It's nuts. It's nuts. Anyway, I typically fly to Harv's at the... Yeah, well... I got all that. A lot of it's, like, through me, but also, like, from friends. Basically, like, I have this spreadsheet that I've mentioned, right? And I created things that would filter all this stuff out, so it would show lists of items that I need. And then I'd, like, ask my friends if they had certain things, and then get them. And blah, blah, blah. So it's basically just certain people. And then there was someone who I met because they showed up into my stream. And we started helping each other as well. Because we both were, like, trying to collect everything. So we both had tons. And then I created a sheet that specifically compared what we had. So we knew what we needed to send the other person and all that. So it's definitely not, like, 100% from me. But that's because, like, it's basically impossible on your own, right? Like, your store will only have, like, one variant of each furniture item. So if one item has 8 different variants, like, you're getting one from there and nothing else. And, like, you shake the trees every day for furniture, and it's only, like... I never get anything new. It's very rare that I get anything new from the trees, so... I don't know. But... I've got a lot, like... If you look at, like, regular wall-mounted furniture, I only need, like, 22 more. I only need 38 regular miscellaneous pieces of furniture. And then 88 housewares. And I say regular being things that you can just order. The non-orderable stuff, like, I need 83 miscellaneous, but that's mostly models. There's 18 wall-mounted things, 51 housewares. Like... There's so many things you can't get on your own. Like, all the Nook Stop items, right? Like, your Nook Stop only has certain variants available, and you have to trade for the other ones. I couldn't ask for those, because I ideally want to keep them, right? Like, I'm trying to keep, like, everything. Because originally I was just like, oh, I want to catalog everything. But I'm like, no, I should have every single, non-orderable item in my... storage to have, like, a complete thing. There's no way you could store everything else because there's just not enough storage space in the game. What do we got here? Yes, let's go for the clownfish. Why not? Yeah, like the pictures, not the wall ones. As for the posters, I do have I bought a bunch of Amiibo cards when they got re-released last year. I've been trying to get more, but it's hard to find good, like, normally priced stock. Everything is, like, way too expensive and just, like, ridiculous, to be honest. So. But yeah, what I'm trying to do... Sorry, I'm just picking some things here. Yeah, I've got a bunch. Basically, I have, like, 199 Amiibo cards to scan in. And that'll give me a bunch. That's how many posters I have. I bought, like, a decent amount of everything. I just haven't taken the time to scan them in at Harv's because it's a lot of work. And one day I'll just do a stream where I scan in cards for, like, an hour. And then I'll be all caught up. So yeah, I'll have, like, half of them at that point, but still got a while before we can do that. Basically, at this point, I'm kind of just waiting until the next update comes out, because depending on what that is, it'll impact what I have to do in-game, basically. Because right now, like, I'm just kind of waiting until next month, because there's... The majority of the fish and bugs that I still have to catch for models will be available in May. So I'm just basically waiting to do that and then see what update comes out. And if it's like not much for me personally, I can then focus on maybe like changing up my island or something. So we'll see what happens and then go from there. But I've just switched over to this guy. If he has a honeybee model, I will drop that from my other character. I just gave the clownfish to be made, so I'll mark that off. Yeah, I never bought the amiibo cards when they first came out, because, you know, it was ages ago, right? But I can actually, like, afford to buy some, so I figured, hey, what the heck? I like cards. It could be fun. And it's been pretty fun. Like, I even recorded opening them and uploaded them on YouTube, so I was like, yeah, let's do some card opening videos. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's basically just about it for me today. I think I'm gonna steal some of this money. I have so much money in my inventory on my other character, on my main character, so this guy can take that, and then I can drop the rest there to save some inventory space. But that's basically it. So we got like 45 minutes in. That's not too bad. Nothing important here. But yeah. So I mean, yeah, I try to keep it pretty chill. I mean, now, like, there's not lots going on, so it's mostly chill. There's certain streams where I'm, like, frantically trying to get things done, and it's pretty fun. Like, when the festival event came out, and it was the festival event day, basically, there's, like, there's 5 different colors for every item, right? So one is normally available in your store, so you can get the entire set in that color. And then on the day, like, all this stuff. That would be helpful if I walk down here. So there's, like, green, like the reddy orange. I think it's green, red, blue, purple, and then rainbow, right? So for the festival event, I thought you could just get each one, and then you could customize it with customization kits. But I was very wrong. You actually can't customize them with customization kits. You have to use the feathers. So then it was like, okay, so do I get the furniture and then customize it? No. It's just like, get the feathers and then give the feathers to Pave and then have him give you the thing. So, like, I had to get one of each color. So that stream was probably, like, 3 hours long. And by the end of it, I'm like, oh my god, feathers. It was, I mean, looking back, it's kind of hilarious that I don't know. I think leading up to it, I think the moment when I realized that it was a lot more work than I needed, or I thought it would be, I was like, oh my gosh, no. No, not like this. But it worked out, and it wasn't super bad. I feel like I got it done relatively quickly, all things considered. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I mean, like, let's get more of that stuff. Like, I'm kind of curious to see what they do for the events, if they change it up at all. Because for Bunny Day, they really didn't do anything different. They added 5 new items, and they're just made available in Nook's Cranny. So, for me, literally just meant going and checking the store for 5 days, and that's it. No need to get extra eggs or anything, so... Right? But... just a matter of waiting and seeing what they add, so I'm always keeping an eye out for that. But, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. I do stream every day, as I mentioned. It's sometimes all over the place. It's fairly consistent, but if you're, if you're looking for more AC, feel free to stop by and watch. Why do you always catch the end? I don't know. I'm not sure. But you have a terrible habit for doing so. My voice is already tired. Already spoken too much. But thank you for the luck on the catalog, and maybe I'll see you around in the future. But that's it for me. I don't really have too much else to do or talk about at this point, so maybe I'll see you around, and hopefully we can get some cool update news soon.